Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Heart Breathings. We are going to have a pure, unedited video today. I've got my coffee. We're just going to have a little coffee chat. So we are going to talk about Camp Nano. So it is the last official evening of my beach vacation. So we are currently in the gorgeous South Padre Island, just a few miles away from Mexico on the Gulf of Mexico. And out the window here, I have the most gorgeous, expansive teal blue, just beautiful view of the Gulf of Mexico. And I feel so lucky and blessed because last week there was tropical storms and now this week it was supposed to rain, but we've had the most gorgeous weather. I am a little bit sun-kissed. I promise I was wearing 70 SPF sunscreen, but I think I wasn't prepared maybe for the UV rays down here. So I do have a little bit more of a tan than normal, but it's all good. I'm just going to let my hair air dry. We're going to head out to dinner in a few minutes. So this will not be super long. Again, I'm not even going to edit it. I'm just recording it on my phone. I'm going to upload it straight from here. But I realize like tomorrow we're leaving in the morning and we're driving all the way home to the Dallas area. So it's going to be about, I think it's an 8-hour drive. And then we need like time to stop and go to the bathroom and get dinner and whatever else. So I think it's going to be probably with 2 kids, a 9 to 10 hour drive. Please pray for us that we are safe. We will stop if we need to, but hopefully the kids can make it. It makes me kind of remember our Airbnb adventure days, and hopefully we'll have a fun trip. But even if we do happen to make it all the way back, we're going to get back Saturday. So you guys are probably watching this. I'm going to upload it and get it in your hands by Saturday morning. So we are probably already on the road. And then Sunday will be prep, laundry, getting everything ready, getting my planner set up. I need to redo my Kanban board. I might just do that probably early in the week. And then Monday morning starts Q3. And I don't fully have everything planned. I'm going to actually sit on the balcony out here and listen to the waves tonight, and I'm going to plan it. I actually have a new tablet. I will talk about this later. I'm just going to throw this out, but I am selling my iPad and I have gotten a Samsung tablet instead because my phone is Samsung, my watch is Android, like everything in my life is Android. So I'm going to a Samsung tablet, and I have to say, so far I am loving it. I do love the iPad though too, but I don't need 2 tablets. So kind of downsizing to a smaller tablet. I'll share that and the whys about it later. But I was trying out my HB90 goals planner, my digital planner on the new Samsung tablet. I should have grabbed it, but it's in the other room. And I was so excited that it works really well on an Android device and not just GoodNotes or whatever. So that's fun. So I'm working on all of the plans that I have for Q3, and it's a lot of stuff happening. So I will be publishing Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw in Q3. I feel like I've said that for the last like 3 or 4 quarters. And this has been one of those books that every time I think I'm done with it, it's just got more surprises for me. And I think eventually I'm just going to hit a point this month where it's like, okay, enough fiddling with it, enough rewrites. It's as good as it will ever get, and just let go of it, because I just keep changing things and tweaking it because I have this, I don't know if it's because I've been working on it for a while, but I'm talking about the Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw, and I feel like I've gotten into this cycle of perfectionism, probably because it's been a few years since I published my last full-length novel. And I just feel the pressure of like, it needs to be perfect. And because it's a mystery, it feels like I want to make sure every twist and turn is just like shocking and great. And at this point, I'm just going to have to let somebody else read it and see if it's good enough, because it might be fine. But that plays into my goals for month of July as well as Q3. And I will be recording, I'm going to start on Monday and just record a full reset for Q3 and summer and all of that second half of the year. Plan with me, it's like reset routine. So be looking for that. That'll be next Saturday. I've been trying to record that for a couple of weeks to get it done before vacation, and it just didn't happen. So I've just enjoyed my vacation, and I will reset starting on Monday, Q3. But you think about the goals for the entire quarter. I will be publishing Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw. I will be launching my official Ream subscription. I will be potentially beginning to publish my audiobooks. I already have 3 audiobooks in my Fair Hope series, but I'm putting my Shadow Demon Saga into audio as well as large print. I've got so much stuff coming up, like so many fun things. I will share all that with you in the reset. There's also things happening behind the scenes that I can't talk about yet, but it's just like good news coming, every few weeks. And it's just been really fun and exciting on the back end. And I can't wait to someday share that stuff with you guys. But I've got a lot of things moving and shaking. And so a lot of stuff is changing in Q3. I will talk more about the Q3 plans in my reset, but let's talk specifically about Camp Nano, which is basically to say that for camp, I want to focus obviously on writing as much as I can. So I've got other things in the works. We've got Publish and Thrive is launching in just a couple of weeks and we'll begin early August. So all of that is on my mind and is important. But when I think about the writing, it's like, it is time for me to finish Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw and start A Mirror of Shadows. Like I am fed up with myself to a degree. Like I am done with this taking as long as it's taken. And sometimes as writers, we have to just be like, it's going to take as long as it takes. And I will commit to making it the best book it can be. But I feel like there's also intuitively a point that we hit where it's like, I have to get this done because I cannot continue to just pour all of my creativity into this one project. I am so ready to start A Mirror of Shadows, to get back to book 12 of my Shadow Demon Saga, like 1,000% ready for that. And so I'm just not going to wait anymore. George and I have been talking so much about A Mirror of Shadows, which is my serialized story coming up on Ream. And if you haven't heard of Ream, I've talked about it here a little bit, just to touch on it briefly. Reamstories.com is a new-ish platform. They've been around for a little over the year. That's sort of like Patreon meets Wattpad, where you have the social reader kind of a fan fiction site, or Wattpad, where you're posting things week to week, kind of like Kindle Vella. But it's not pay by coins. It's not free. It is a subscription. So $5 a month or $3 a month or $10 a month or whatever. And there's different tiers. And so I have a vision for this. And of course, this is not going to be for everybody. Everybody isn't going to join a subscription every month. A lot of people just want to buy the book. But again, I will be sharing my reasons behind it and how I've set everything up and how I'm getting subscribers and what my tiers are in a future video when that gets launched. But the story that will be at the core of the launch of my Ream subscription is called A Mirror of Shadows. It is a portal fantasy. It is a sort of romantasy, because it is going to be more romance. If you've read my books, it will be more Sacrifice Me than it is Shadow Demon Saga, but it will be in the Shadow Demons world. And it's a portal fantasy. So it's like a mirror world. I am so stoked about this story world. George and I have been talking about it like crazy. I'm excited for this heroine story. I'm excited for the world building, because even though it's in my Shadow Demon Saga, it has so much cool world building outside of the regular Shadow Demons. So I'm just going to go ahead and get started with it. So I can do edits and be writing that at the same time, because I've been in final edits for a while now. And after this last read through, I realized it's really in good shape. It's just a few things getting tweaked, and it's almost draining my creativity to just only be working on edits for months and months. I need something new to keep stirring things up and get excited. So long story short, for Camp Nano, I will be working on edits of Disappearance of Vanessa Shaw. I have I'm about halfway through again. This is maybe the 8th or 9th round of edits that I've been through. And I have identified about 20,000 words that is getting thrown out completely and rewritten. Yes, again. This book is going to be about 120,000 words when it's finished. And so I've got 20,000 words more to go on the actual rewrites. And then let's say 40,000 words in the edits phase that are still being worked on. So I want to finish all of that in the month of July. And then I also want to write and finish the first episode of A Mirror of Shadows. So this will be a serial that will be told kind of, if you think about it like a television show. There will be sort of seasons, and then there will be episodes. And so it's going to be sort of broken down in that way, except my breakdown will be season broken into episodes, broken into chapters. And I will post it chapter by chapter. And then the way that I'm hoping it will be is every single month will be an episode. So every week will be multiple chapters, and then every month will be an episode, and then a season will be between 4 and 6 months long. So we'll see. I'll continue to share that with you because I know a lot of you are interested in doing something similar, and it's going to be a little bit experimental. So we'll see how it all goes. So that's my goal for my writing for Camp Nano in July. There are 31 days, and I don't have overhead to show you, but I did make for you a free workbook that is just like the one that I made in April, except it has July's dates on it, and there's 31 days instead of 30. So if you want to, I will link the April video down below if you want to see how it works, or you can look at any of my Camp Nano books, or playlist workbooks in the HB Writing Resource Library. So these workbooks are totally free for you to download and use, or you can just take inspiration and make your own. All you have to do is sign up for my newsletter list. The description link has the link for you if you want to grab that. And basically it is just free workbook to help you plot, to help you plan out how much you can get written. I'll be working on 2 projects, so I can't show you how that works in the workbook. But if you are on my newsletter list already, you got a link to remind you where the HB Resource Library is, and you'll just look for the camp. I think it says Nano and Camp workbooks or something like that. It's a folder. Then inside that folder, it'll say July 24 Camp Nano, and that has a Monday start and a Monday mixed. And it has a daily planner, a monthly planner, a meal planner, and all of that stuff that you usually use, trackers and other things like that. The way that I will be tracking my progress for Nano is going to be, I am basically just going to continue to track edits in my notebook the way I have, and I'll be using my workbook for all things A Mirror of Shadows. So 20,000 words in that book, plus let's say 60,000 words in edits there, which a lot of that is just reread and tweaking words. It hasn't needed extensive edits, but I have a feeling maybe the last so I've got 20,000 to write. I think that's just an estimate. And then probably the last 5,000 words will be tweaked pretty substantially. But the first 60,000 words of the book is finally the way that I want it to be. Whether that means anybody else will like it, I can't control that, but it's the way I want it to be. And that feels so good. I feel like Act 1, I had to write it 1,000 times to get the Act 1 climax exactly the way I wanted it. But now it feels like it's the surprise and the moment that I want it to be. So hopefully you will love it if you are interested in that book. Pre-order date still not announced yet, but hopefully in July. So continuing on with that, A Mirror of Shadows, I want to get the full episode done. And that for me is estimated to be between 20 and 30,000 words. So total 50,000 words in the month of July, which is kind of like a normal NaNoWriMo amount. Camp Nano, plus if you're not doing Nano at all and you just want to join a writing challenge, we do have Double Down Day is coming up next Saturday. And then our virtual writing retreat is the 3rd weekend of July. And so there'll be lots of extra sprints going on. I'm going to be running some sprints. I might be running some sprints on Twitch as well, if you want to come join me over there. But then anything that is run as sprints for the Heart Breathings writing community, which is every day, you can always replay those anytime. So yeah, I'm going to be sharing some of that process with you all in the month of July as well. And there's going to be so much good stuff. So hopefully this has not been too rambly, but I think my family is probably very ready to go to dinner. I feel like my hair is finally starting to dry, even though I don't know what's happening. I don't know. It doesn't look great, but we're getting there. I will show you some clips on Instagram of the view of this if you want to go check that out. It's absolutely just beautiful. We have loved our time in South Padre. We went to San Antonio first and we had an amazing time there as well, although my credit card did get stolen, and so now I have no credit card. It's been a trip. I also had one of the scariest moments of my life while we've been on this trip. Andrew went missing for a while and it was terrifying, but he is safe and home and we are all good. But man, we have had quite the adventure, and I'm ready to be home and working on my goals again. Summer is always harder because the kids are home and I want to make the most of my time with them, but I also want to keep working on my books and stuff. So I will talk about how I'm dealing with that in my Q3/summer reset routine coming up. Let me know if you are participating in Camp Nano or just your own writing challenge here in the month of July. Feel free to use my free workbook. Grab the link down below, sign up for the newsletter, or grab the link from my newsletter today if you are on my list. And that's it. I hope you are having fun writing. I hope that this was an okay format for you today. Nothing fancy, no intro, outro that's any fancy, but we are here, got a new video for you. So I will touch base with you all next week. And yeah, if you have any problems downloading that, just send me an email and I will talk to you all soon. I love you so much. I cannot wait for all the fun things coming in Q3, Q4, and the whole second half of this year. It's going to be a good one. All right. All my love to you guys, and I will see you next time. Bye.